Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of a gaming podcast. My name is Marcel MD14. Back again. A very eventful week. Once again, gaming never stops, and we're here to cover all the latest and greatest of what is happening in our gaming world. Who is next to me? There you are. Sammy, you're next to me. You're first this time. How are you doing, Sammy?
I'm free. I finished Valhalla. It took me a total of 111 hours. The best part is Marcel came into my stream and he's like, Sammy, you're done the game. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm done the game?
Yeah.
So I went past the ending and didn't realize that was the end. Because I immediately just went back into the game.
Love a good ending like that.
Yeah, and I was like, all right. But I did figure out who the top of the order was, and it was exactly who I thought. So I didn't need to spend that extra 2 hours. But now I get to stream Mirage, so I'll be doing that.
Amazing. Yeah, for those who don't know, if you play Valhalla, the game doesn't roll credits. It's just like, all right, here's the end, and it kind of finds a way to throw you back into the Valhalla world.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, that's Odyssey, Odyssey, and I think Origins does the same thing, where it's like you finish the last mission, and it's just like you're outside of the wherever you're at, and it just you're back into the open world again. So, it's weird. You think that they would just roll credits and then bring you back, but
something, because that's what Ragnarok does at the end. It throws credits and then throws you back in.
Because it was the last DLC, right?
Last DLC, yeah. So
that was the game end officially there. But I do there is basically, after you find out who is the head of the order, it forces you to either walk or be on your horseback for a while and get to a certain area, and there's music playing in the background. I'm like, okay, this feels more like an ending. So for me, that's where I stopped. I'm like, all right, now I'm done.
Yeah, I kind of hope they revisit the ending for Valhalla, the main story, because I kind of like that twist, and I was like, I want to know more, and especially
I need to find out off camera what this ending was, because I'm like, I don't think I could ever. I'll be able to go back and play Valhalla, but I'm kind of curious as to who is the head of the order.
I kind of want to tell you.
Great ending.
I mean, it's a great about Bassam. Yeah, I know a little bit about Bassam just because of all the Mirage stuff and the spoilers that kind of came from that. But I don't know anything more than that.
Yeah. It'll definitely be an off-camera situation. If you know, if you're listening and everything. But Steve Saylor, how are you doing this week, my man?
I'm doing good. I'm actually officially in my fall era. I have a candle now that I'm just it's flannel. It's flannel. That's what it smells so good. So I've been having this running pretty much the whole day, and it's just my whole office smells really great right now. So I'm totally in that, and and I'm working on a video that actually will go out just before this episode goes live, that I'm excited to talk about. Yeah,
it's so funny that as we get older, that a good candle really gets us going, eh? I'm the exact same way. I'm like, oh, that's a great candle, or a new pillow.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't care for tools, but now I see a tool, I'm like, damn, you're shiny. I want how many volts is it? Oh, I want that, So,
Oh, you mean to tell me that you get all these bits with this screwdriver?
Right?
Oh my God,
for this price? Oh, this is amazing, It's kind of crazy. Stevie, how about you, my man?
I'm great. Steve Saylor, he's in his fall era. I'm in my Halloween era. Got my my pumpkin.
Nice. Yes.
There you go.
All about Nice. And then just before I jumped on the call for this, I got sent an aggressive amount of Mario Lego that I just opened up, and it's a real treat.
Can you say what kind it is?
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
You can't just mention that without saying. We had to see the Mario stuff.
Oh, it's a castle too.
Ooh,
the Cat Peach Frozen Tower.
Oh, you gotta have that.
Does anyone find it weird that they decided to, instead of just giving Mario minifigs, you have to build the Mario characters?
But we are getting Animal Crossing.
I was about to mention Animal Crossing is in February.
But it's just the Mario. This just seems weird.
I kind of wish they did both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people like collecting the minifigs. Like, it'd be nice to have. I like the interactive element that they were pursuing with that, but
yeah, because doesn't that one talk and like react to who's next to it and everything?
Yeah. I still say the best Nintendo set that they got is the actual Nintendo Entertainment System that you can be able to build.
That is really cool, but also the Mario question mark block that recreates the Mario 64 world.
Yes,
also really cool. Yeah.
Where's the ROB option though?
So I got like a whole bunch of like other expansions here, but this one's my probably my favorite.
I saw that. That looks dope.
Brada plant. That looks amazing.
Is that hashtag free product?
Huge W from Lego. Pardon me?
That's
they just sent it. I guess for like holiday gift guide stuff.
Cool.
So
nice.
I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
I mean, if it shows up on my door, I'm taking it.
Lego be expensive. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Riley, how you doing, man?
Doing well. Another week. We're gearing up now for the launch of Spider-Man 2 and not New Super Mario, just Super Mario Bros. Wonder on the same day next week. So a lot of stuff going on, and pretty busy, which is good.
Doesn't Sonic come out the same day as well?
Comes out a few days.
Not the same day.
Early.
He's the 16th.
Earlier, yeah.
16th. Okay.
Because it was always Spider-Man and Mario that came out that was coming out the same day.
Okay, all right.
And Blink-182, let's not forget.
That is very true.
Forget about them as well. Yeah, that's right. And then it's gonna be another busy week. I feel like they're like, here's a week of nothing, and then everyone can just relax for a little bit. And then they're like, here's 8 more games for you and everything. So, let's talk.
I just realized, actually, Marcel, what are you up to?
Yeah,
Me?
what are you up to?
What am I
Marcel?
doing? I'm just going to places that don't exist.
Over there?
You know, that's what I'm doing.
That's an inside joke for just before the podcast.
I'm actually preparing for TwitchCon, which will be coming out the same time.
Hey, we're both
gonna be there, you know, and everything in Vegas, and maybe we can reenact the whole hungover moment. I don't know. So I don't want to. I'm not getting punched by Mike Tyson, though. I'm just letting you know. Right
okay.
Now.
I don't know if you want to, but like, because I think the Thursday is the partner party.
Yes.
But if you're interested, I'm gonna my buddy and IT, we're gonna try to see if we can be able to get tickets for the Sphere.
Ooh, yeah.
Because U2 isn't playing that night, but they're doing. Darren Aronofsky apparently has this like special like presentation that's specifically for the Sphere called Postcards from Earth. Yes. And I think I'm gonna try to be able to get tickets for it, and because I really want to check out the Sphere.
Aren't you doing like a food challenge too?
That's sick.
Yeah, that's not till Sunday though.
Oh,
and
okay.
Here's the thing: it's like I got out in the first round. I almost killed a streamer. I did.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Last year there was a lot of events at TwitchCon. A lot of injuries last year.
Yeah, yes. Well, long story short, it was Nico, the streamer.
Amazing.
So
Nico?
The whole thing was, so they had they built these giant like wooden catapults. And the whole thing was that I was supposed to you're supposed to fling like these foam or these kind of these foam pieces of a burger, and your partner's supposed to catch the pieces and put together the actual burger. Now I was partnered up with Khalif Adams, friend of the show from Spawn on Me. So he and I were we were great. We knew we were locked in. But the thing is, I was the one who was using the catapult, and this catapult was so poorly made that it broke, and the giant pole that I had basically snapped and it almost went and it knocked out Nico right beside me. So I had to grab it quickly right away just to try to be able to make sure that it didn't kill her. So I say that chivalry was what caught me out the first round, and I'm hoping that I could be able to at least get past the first round this time round.
The lesson learned: just let him die next time.
Apparently, if I want to do well in the food piece competition, I gotta let people die.
You gotta want to win.
Yeah, you gotta take them out. Why aiming at your partner? Aim at the other people and take them out.
If I took a Dream, there would have been a riot to the stage.
Dream would have put his mask on and never reveal his face again. That's for sure.
Which apparently he did. So
he did.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you at TwitchCon, Marcel.
Exactly. I'm very excited. Very excited for that. Let's talk about someone who has a lot of time on their hands now because the Unity CEO stepped down. Was actually kind of was forced to step down. Actually, no big surprise with all the latest news coming from like.
I wonder what decision went to this unfortunate
it was no like Jim Ryan situation. It's like no, like Monday today you're gone, and it's literally stepping down immediately. Now let's just reminisce a classic moment from this lovely CEO. He is the same CEO who was a former CEO of EA or executive from EA who wanted players to pay to reload in Battlefield.
He's Lootbox Boy.
Yeah, he's Lootbox Boy. But if you imagine you know how many times you're reloading the game and he wanted you to do like pay for that? Like, I am not surprised with all the news that came out with Unity, and it was his idea. And I'm like, this guy's gonna be gone in no time. And here we go. Like 2 weeks later, he's officially gone. So I don't know if you guys are surprised by this or if you want to dive into this. Like, what do you guys think about all of this?
Good riddance, sir.
I mean, yes, to a degree. Yeah. Yes, I think with all the decisions that he made with regards to monetization and everything, I get that. Although I did see someone had posted on Reddit about this, and that because he's been CEO of Unity since 2014, if I'm not mistaken. And so he was the one to kind of like, help sort of shepherd in the rise of Unity being used for mobile games and for indie developers across the industry. Not to say that this was all his idea, but he was still CEO at the time. But apparently, ever since it went public, a lot of the shareholders are like from companies that are notorious for money-making monetization schemes. And now the interim CEO is the head of one of those other companies. The shareholders of I think 9% of the shareholders of Unity is now the interim CEO. So he's not completely blameless. No. But I mean, it just it's everything for the shareholders, I guess.
Oh boy, it's just I don't know.
I feel like in the situation they were with like the pricing backlash, someone needed to be the whipping boy, and in this case, it just ended up being him. Yeah. And he probably got a good severance package, so I'm sure he'll be just fine.
Oh, the golden parachute was incredible, I imagine.
Yeah.
Didn't they say what it was actually?
May have disclosed it, but I don't know if I've seen it.
Let me see if I can. I'll continue. I will see if I can find it.
To me, it just reminds me of that iconic chart, the F around and find out chart, and he definitely hit the pinnacle of that one.
Yep.
Yeah, especially to your point, it was like you would be getting a lot of people in that circle supporting that sort of push with the engine. So he's not like there are other factors there that would leave me concerned, and rightfully so. A lot of indie developers are like, we're just done with it. We don't trust you now. But like they're hoping they can regain some face by this move.
Well, Call to the Lamb was like giving threats of leaving. Like, of course, what they made an announcement many. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna take our game off," and they were obviously joking. But a lot of people are like, "You know what? We don't even trust." Even with the rollback, we're like, "We don't trust." Like, there's no trust now. Like, we're gonna move on to something else now. Yep. And I feel like this is like their way of like, all right, we pulled back. That didn't work. Like, you gotta go. But here's 6 golden bars for you for your service, sir. So so even in like the
released him like a dove out into the world.
Yeah. because even in the contacts, there's an investor's contact in the press release. So like you definitely right with the whole the board of executives are just like money grabbers, because like you have right there, like the investor's contact is right there. Richard Davis is like, hey, if you're an investor, contact this person. And
don't get me wrong, like if you're on the board and you're an investor, you want to make money back. Like I get you're investing to make money, but you're as the CEO, it's your job to be like, that's a bad idea.
Yeah,
we shouldn't do that. We're gonna lose people. So I mean, like,
a little pushback
is what it is. Yeah. You have to have a vision for what it is that you're building. Or else, and you have to try to stick by your guns, or else you're obviously you get dismissed. So
Yeah.
Okay, so there hasn't been any specific details as far as his specific golden parachute, but Stephen Totillo over at I can't remember specifically where he is at. I think because I'm reading this off of Gizmodo, but apparently Axios' never mind, it's right there. Axios' Stephen Totillo noted the company's notice to the Securities and Exchange Commission, which says Riccitiello will remain salaried through April 2024.
oh, there you go.
So he's still going to get paid for like 6 months. Which
I guess how long was his contract? Maybe annual?
maybe because according to
Came
this,
out for the contract, and then he'd probably have shares as well that they might want to buy back.
Yeah.
he'd have to sell that back. Yeah. So he's gonna get some money, and some is very
And probably another job, so he'll probably be.
yeah. God, I hope he doesn't go back to EA.
It's okay. Disney will take care of that, but
Yeah.
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
in a
Oh yeah,
minute.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. Oh my god, it's just the news. I don't know. It's just like now he has time to play all those games that he was trying to charge double and everything. So
Him and Jim Ryan just get together, have like a retirement party.
right, get up, just go on an island and just hang out for a bit. So
Yeah.
Speaking about Jim Ryan, his former company just released a new revision to the PS5, and it's all those plates that you have, you can't use it on it. Or
It happened.
It's okay. This one comes with 6 new plates.
that's true.
Feel free to buy more.
But then, and there's also no reason. The digital costs more than the regular as well.
Yeah, it's like $50 more.
$50 more,
Yeah.
and then if you buy the detachable disk drive, it costs more than the
$70
actual.
or something.
It's
Yes.
$80 USD.
80 USD.
Yeah,
that's
it costs more than the actual PS5 standard. I don't. What's happening here?
I don't know. I love what Blessing from Kind of Funny says about the disc drive. He says it looks like that you're trying to smuggle in something into a movie theater. I'm like, yeah, that makes
brilliant.
sense.
That's brilliant.
Like like the sweater pockets, you just stuff all those snacks in there.
exactly.
Right.
It is smaller, and besides that, like that's all it is. But like the original makes so
But,
much
like-
noise. How is this? Is this breathable as well?
But like it's not even that much smaller. Like 30% at the end of the day, like it's not the biggest difference.
I'm sure it'll save them a bunch of money.
And
They kind of botched
correct me
this
if I'm wrong,
announcement,
but
to be
looking at
honest.
the
A little
pictures,
bit.
The light
What are you saying,
the
Steve?
light bar on the new ones, they go like all the way down, right? Versus like the current ones, which the light on the console kind of just goes down partially. I think that's the only major revision I'm seeing, other than like the little notches on the side.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, unless it's like the notches are not actually like the detachable. It's like actually is a full plate, but they kind of make it look like that it's
Right.
4 different separate panels. But it's weird because like Janet Garcia had basically tweeted out, because I didn't even notice this, that apparently there's like on the blog it says once inventory of the current PS5 model has sold out, the new PS5 will become the only model available, which basically if it means that they're phasing out all face plates if this is like a 4 separate plates altogether. And I don't know if anyone ever noticed, but that profile image that they that promotion image that they put in there where they said the stand is sold separately, separately spelt wrong.
Is it?
It is. It's
yeah.
spelt wrong.
I didn't notice that.
no.
Unlucky.
Yeah, and also as well, it only comes with a horizontal stand,
Yeah, I was
and the
gonna
vertical
mention
stand
that.
is sold separately for
Sold
$30.
separately for $30. Yeah.
Like, who puts it up?
There's
Like,
so much gouging. I don't understand. Like, it's cool. The vision looks nice, and yes, there was rumors about this as well, because they mentioned there's gonna be rumors about this, and then maybe in a pro edition, which will be coming out next year as well. But like the digital,
it just looks weird.
The digital one doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why is that costing more than the actual console?
Yeah,
They must just go for the actual
what's,
console.
Hey.
Like,
What's the hard drive space for the new one?
Terabyte.
A terabyte.
A terabyte? Is that the
Terabyte.
same as the current digital one, or is that the current digital one 500?
I feel like the current digital is 500, but I will double check. Digital
I thought they were
storage.
the same for some reason.
They might be.
I think it might be the same, or the
No,
storage might be.
it's a terabyte. I think
It's a terabyte.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Here's the specs.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna pull up
it's a terabyte.
Walmart.ca just to to take.
Hey.
I know them.
According to this, the digital disc, or at least the God of War edition. It does not say. Oh, SSD. No, it just says what the SSD is. I'm like, I know what an SSD is.
I thought it was like. I think it might be like a little bit smaller.
Because if it's 500 gigabytes instead of a terabyte, then I'm like
a little bit smaller. But it's like standard PS5 storage is 825 gigabytes.
So even if,
Because I think it's all the software and stuff.
That's after all the software.
yeah.
So
right,
it's-
but also it's like that. Is that for just the main PS5, like with the disc, or is that specifically
with
the digital?
disc. Yeah.
the
So it's a
PS5,
terabyte.
I think it's both, right?
no, I think it actually
looking
comes
at
with
the new one.
825. It says the PS5 console comes with 825 storage.
825. Okay,
Yeah.
so they've
So-
added 825, and then you only get 667 of usable space.
Yeah.
So this is an increase in storage space on the digital edition.
Okay, so then in that
Like a
case,
little
yeah,
bit.
like
But
50, if it's $50 more, then that seems reasonable.
For
It's not crazy.
175 gigabytes? I don't know about that.
Internal storage, man.
I don't know.
Wow. It's
Come on,
gonna overheat. And then what
Internal
about
storage,
all those,
man.
what
Come
about those
on.
Spider-Man plates you guys just got? It doesn't even
Just
work on
released,
it.
yeah.
It just released that.
But they sold
I know.
out in a second, so we don't care anymore. 'Cause
What about the
telling me-
blue and the red and the silver?
collector's items. I know. So I mean, those are elements. I mean, it's gonna be. What's the install base right now for PS5?
That's a good question.
Oh, and not only that, they're charging more in Japan now for PlayStation,
Yeah.
but because the yen is currently bad. So
According
Yeah,
to Sony, back in July, they said they sold over 40 million PS5s.
So I mean, and I'm sure the plates are pretty limited in their production run right now, to my understanding. So I think they'll sell through those pretty quickly if they haven't already.
Which
Well, now
makes
they're
me
done.
think that maybe
They're
that
done now.
faceplate is like it's not 4 separate pieces, that it is probably one, like 2 pieces. And it just looks like it.
They said 4 in the blog.
Yeah.
I think
Did
it
they
is
say
4?
4?
'Cause
Yeah,
there's
they said
another
4.
faceplate that you can get for the drive that clicks in as well. So it's
Oh,
at least-
that's why they did
I
it,
think
because it's for the
4.
drive.
I think it's 4, but at the very least it's 3.
So maybe 1 is cover, like you can change the cover of it. So basically, that's dumb. That's dumb.
thank you. It's so ridiculous. And then
I love when we all want to come back around for dumb.
but I feel like okay, I agree. It's stupid, but like I feel like this, even with the stand, like to make it horizontal, like $30 where like the original stand does both. Like I don't.
Yeah, like the original stand does both. It's just very,
What?
it's a simple swap.
It's nickel and diming everything. It's so like it's a good revision, but I feel like you shouldn't, like, you're paying for literally everything. Like the power the system on will cost you $2 or something like that. Like,
And you know what? I would be very curious to see Digital Foundry's review of the new PS5s, because I want to see, like, is it actually better, or is it the same or worse than the current PS5s? Because
My assumption is it should. Hopefully it's the same. To your point, Steve, because
I would hope so too.
if it's not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and that's like one of the key like that was like outlined in the announcement. They're like same power in a smaller package is kind of
Yeah.
like their running motto with it. The thing is, like, I think a lot of people thought this was going to be like the PS5 Slim, and they're not really branding it like
they're
that.
not branded as
No.
all.
So
Yeah.
I think what this is them refining the console, because I think it costs a ton to ship it.
Sure.
So they're dropping it 30% of the size and weight right there. It's like that's going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
People are saying, "Oh, finally, this will fit in my, entertainment system." It's not. It's 30% smaller. It's like it's noticeably smaller, but not. This isn't the slim version that I think people wanted yet.
No.
This is just like it's kind of like making it a little more standard, a little more slim, easier to get around, easier to manufacture, probably cheaper to manufacture. So elements like that, they're trying to pad out a bit better.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah. I'm looking at the pictures again. Yeah, it definitely is the four plates for sure, because you can see like the indent on the right side.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. They're definitely not calling it the PS5 Slim. It's just PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
It's
yeah,
just like the
especially
new look
when they
for
run
PS5.
out of the current inventory, this is just replacing it, and it's gonna be the same PS5 again.
Yeah.
So like, do you guys think a Pro is coming out next year then?
If so, not
That
till
was
next
part of
holiday.
that was a part of the document. So
That wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, maybe. I think that Sony's in a very good position on hardware right now because they could come out with a Pro, and Xbox won't match them because Xbox is already requiring developers to span 2 different consoles. They're not going to ask for a third. Is my guess. They'd either have to drop the Series S or something else. So I think that they could. I just don't know what that ultimately gets them outside of first party software. But I think we're only just seeing now takes like advantage of the more powerful tech.
yeah.
Yeah.
But probably, I'm sure they could.
Yeah, I just don't know what the bottleneck really is to like the current PS4, and then to Steve's point, like, does this one even like improve any of the play features or any of the SSD or like processing power or anything like that? So until I think, to Steve's point again, we see like the Digital Foundry reviews and people actually go in and play around with these new consoles, will we know, okay, is the ceiling being raised? Does it need to be raised? We just don't really know. But in hindsight, all the tea leaves were there. I mean, look at all the bundles that PlayStation has been offering this past month and a half,
and discounts, back to school
Spider-Man, there's
sales.
Call of Duty one.
Yep.
All this stuff. They're like, let's get rid of all these consoles so that we set ourselves up for the fall and just keep pushing these consoles out. I mean, yeah, Marcel, like to your original point, it just feels like nickel and diming. I mean, we don't even have Canadian pricing yet, but I assume it's going to be pretty egregious.
Yeah.
And the icing on the cake was really that stand for me, where I read that, I was like, okay, PlayStation. Yeah. We had it. Like, there's nothing wrong with the current model of the PlayStation. I actually found the interchangeable stand, depending on horizontal, vertical. I thought that was a pretty ingenious way of dealing with it.
Totally.
In my honest opinion, I was like, that's a cool way of doing it. Just unscrew the bottom, clip it on, tighten it, and there you go. But now to remove that out of the packaging, $30 US, that's going to be what, 45 to 50 Canadian? I'm like, man,
probably.
We're not doing so great for the Canadian market. Plus, remember that during the pandemic, they also increased the amount that the PlayStation cost. Because of hardware restraints and shipping and everything. We're gonna have to charge what I think it was like a $50 bump.
Yeah,
maybe
for Canadian pricing.
Correct me, but yeah.
So I did.
We're seeing another bump.
Yeah. I did. So I was looking over the PlayStation blog, and they do actually have a paragraph. It says a variety of PS5 console cover colors for the new model will be available starting in early 2024, including an all new all matte black colorway and the Deep Earth Collection colors in volcanic red, cobalt blue, and sterling silver. Prices for the PS5 console covers will start at $54.99 US.
Okay.
Additional colors will be released in the future. So basically, if you have a PS5 now and the console covers, they're collector's items now because
that's
still
Spider-Man
available
cover?
at Walmart.ca.
Walmart.ca coming soon.
You know, it was harder to get the Spider-Man covers in the first place. Now it's just going to even be worse.
They had to hang them on your wall now, so.
I'm going to ask that Jim Ryan signs mine. Just so
it's all his fault.
A nice little shiny little case and then retire them. Yeah, exactly.
I like what Greg Miller got. Did you see what his PS5 cover? What he got?
What did he get?
No.
He got Jim Lee to draw on it. He got Superman. He got an original Jim Lee to draw on his cover, and it's a Superman artwork. Like that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Just buy the Spider-Man bundle for almost $1,400 Canadian right now.
$1,400.
$1,400.
I think not really.
This might be third party through.
Oh,
That has to be
yeah.
third party.
Yeah.
Resellers. Okay.
We want to
But-
get you.
ooh.
Give us your money. No.
That's hilarious.
I just like
14.
I just wish the disc drive was like the digital was a little bit cheaper because then it'll make more sense to get it. But like, it just
I mean,
seems
if you're gonna buy it separately, just buy
buy
the whole
system.
thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
buy
or
the whole
else you're
thing.
getting
It'll
gypped.
cost you more to get it.
Probably.
And then I'll put it on the lean on the wall. I won't even get the stand. I'll just like forget it.
So
I'll
if
just-
right now the normal PlayStation's like $650, do you think this is going to be on par or more expensive?
It's just replacing this. I think it's gonna be on par.
It's on par.
Except for the digital. Digital goes up in price.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
Digital 2 is like very hard. I've never seen a digital console out in the wild, and if they come online, they're pretty much sold out
Yeah, they're-
immediately. So
Yeah.
I like the idea of the disc drive, like because I'm like, oh, I'll get it down the road. I'm like,
attachable. Well, again, like we're kind of facing a world without like tangible software now. Like it's getting closer and closer.
It
We have Alan
hurts.
Wake 2 coming out, which is digital only.
Yep.
We have this console coming out, which has the base model has no hard drive. You have to buy it as an add-on, or you can buy it with the hard drive. But closer and closer we're getting, and
Yeah.
I mean,
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, those of you who are at the Ubisoft Montreal studio, you saw it on the wall. It was like all the physical copies and then like
then
little
little digital
cutouts of
frames.
paper.
Cuts out,
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
You gotta walk slower in that section. You're blow the paper away. So
I have a question. So Alan Wake 2 I think is going to be the first AAA digital only title.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If that like there are obviously great indie titles that are, but this to me is like a AAA million dollar release published by Epic Games, a major publisher.
Mhm.
Which company or franchise do you think will follow that? What
Ooh,
will
good
be
question.
the next big one, and who will do it?
I'd be curious. I would say, yeah, Square would be an interesting one. I think it's going to be those AAA studios that are small enough that could be considered still AAA, but kind of in that AA sort of sphere. Because I kind of think like Ninja Theory in that regard. So like Cinema Saga's like 2, I would imagine like they could probably announce being like that could be a digital only, because producing physical copies of of games are becoming harder and harder to produce, and it's costing a lot more to be able to produce not either locally or overseas, and then like the shipping costs and all that. Like that's why like I love limited run games. Like they do an amazing job with their physical bundles. And I would love to be able to see them be able to, or other places like it where they can like physical copies can become more like boutique or like basically collector's editions, like, because that's really what a lot of people would really. I mean, yes, there's going to be the collectors that want to be able to have like a physical copy of the disc, and I totally understand that. But I think it's gonna still stay around for the console crowd or for the collector's edition crowd. But yeah, I would say probably Ninja Theory probably be one I would imagine might be next. Maybe, but yeah, I would think anyone that's within the Xbox or PlayStation studios, but are small enough that essentially like a Housemarque with like Returnal kind of thing. I could see them doing a digital only version of a game. So
Yeah. I see that. I feel like Xbox is looking pretty good for it.
Yeah.
With Game Pass, it's kind of a
it makes sense.
If you're looking at
Halo.
a big company as well, and I think to test it out, I don't know why I just thought of Far Cry for some reason. That like to test it out.
I mean, Ubi really loves like their stuff though, so I feel like
They
they
look
always
stuff
want
everywhere,
the physical.
and like they're probably still on Stadia as far as we know, but like they're on Luna, they're on everything, and like
That's
but
fair,
I feel like if they wanted to really test it out, I don't know why I think the Far Cry series would be like the first one to like dive in, and then the rest
feel like
will
Rockstar.
follow.
Rockstar might be a good
Yeah,
one.
Rockstar.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
6 would be a big one to go all digital.
yeah.
Yeah. But like, would it be
true.
Would it be the same price as Alan Wake or the same premium price you're paying now? Because video games are too much, you know. So
oh shit, you know what?
I feel like it would
Like
cost the same.
300 gigabytes.
Oh shit, you know what? Alan Wake isn't the first.
What is?
Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, hi.
You can't buy a physical copy of it. I
right.
just looked at GameStop. It's only digital.
I don't know if that's like Alan Wake 2 levels.
Hi-Fi.
Man, I can see the argument for that. Yeah, maybe.
I do hear you. That's Bethesda, obviously, but
Yeah.
Because then
Alan Wake
again,
2
you
in
could
my
count
eyes
like
is like the
Bleeding
big one.
Edge.
I think you're right. I think it's like that's the one that has like the
Bleeding
biggest sort of splash. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that, Stevie?
Bleeding Edge.
I was just saying, like, yeah, you could even use like Bleeding Edge in that regard too, or like there are like games that are developed by AAA studios that aren't AAA, if that makes sense. Like more of like a passion project that probably fits that mold. But Alan Wake is like AAA for a AAA market, made by a AAA studio.
Yeah.
Is Remedy, you would consider that a AAA studio, or would you kind of consider that more like a high-end AA?
Yeah,
Because I mean, like
AAA in my opinion.
I would see them as AAA. Yeah.
Okay. Because there's very few AAA independent studios left.
Control, Quantum Break.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's AAA.
Quantum Break. They made a damn
Alone.
TV show for that game.
Yeah.
That's AAA as hell.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know because I know Remedy's like like they've only started up a couple like within the past couple of years as far as like that actual like as a studio kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like where they have like multiple games in their
I see the argument.
yeah. But it's like I could see it either way. Like I could see it could be considered AAA or just a high end AA. But then again, I don't want to get into that because then now we're starting to getting into the quadruple A like guffaw that happened earlier.
Yeah.
Or like triple I for independent.
Yeah. Oh my lord! All right, so how many of you played Redfall this weekend? No Vans? No? Anyone?
No.
No?
No.
No.
Okay. Well,
I was busy.
fair enough. But
I was busy, playing with another game that's that we're all going to talk about at some point too.
Yeah,
we can't talk about it.
there's red in it at least in the other game.
That's true.
Yeah,
There is yes.
Yes. Well, apparently Redfall reached
Spoilers.
the concurrent. Sorry, I did. It reached the lowest concurrent viewership is actually less than the full team, which was 5. 5 concurrent viewers. I mean, you can still make a lobby, at least, but this is before. This is it's 4.
Not a
people,
full
I think.
lobby.
Not a full lobby.
Well, it's 4 people.
In some
Well,
games.
one person is left out, I guess, right? I don't know. So you had to just alter change and everything. It's kind of crazy. And then after this, they announced the patch, the long-awaited patch, 60 frames, a lot of improvements, AI improvements as well, and it jumped up 1,000%. It went up to 58 people. There you go. I don't know if that's why if one of you were the 1 to 58. And everything. So, like, do you think
0 times a billion is still a 0? So I don't.
Is it too late for this game? Like, is this game's like forget it, just move on, do whatever we have left to do, and just move on? Or should
It had a really rough start.
Or is this going to be another cyberpunk moment here?
No.
I don't think it's going to be another cyberpunk moment, but
No.
I think just the way it started, just kind of it was kind of dead from the start. Unfortunately,
I think it was sent out to kind of be glossed over, and then they could focus on Starfield and Forza.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Like, they
I
have-
mean,
but
like,
they
I don't
still
think they
have
thought it was
all
going to
the-
do well. Like the state it was in, there's no way that they internally were like, "Yeah, this is the one, guys." Like, no, like they knew what it was going to be.
I mean, I could see like here's the thing. I never discount a studio from being able to get to make games better. I mean, we've seen that with No Man's Sky. We obviously seen that with Cyberpunk. And I could definitely see a moment where Redfall, if they release like a new DLC or like a smaller version of like a sort of like a mini version of a Redfall 2 or something like that, I could definitely see a point where they could potentially earn back the sort of like, okay, yeah, Redfall's not as bad as it like now it's better. I can definitely see them doing that, and I think and they've kind of proven a little bit that they can sort of at least do it, because I mean, with the new update, it is 60 FPS, so that's a pretty big deal. That's something that a lot of people had issues and concerns about leading up to launch. So the fact that they were announcing that it was just 30 FPS at launch. So on console specifically, so having 60 FPS on console means that's great. Also, the little side note for accessibility, they did add a ton of new additional functionality for the screen reader for Redfall, which actually was probably my favorite feature of the game for accessibility. It actually was pretty robust, so they've expanded that further. I can see them potentially supporting it more. But if they were like, yeah, no, this is kind of a lost cause, we'll just move it over to Dishonored 3 or the Deathloop 2. I don't know, whatever they're going to work on. I could see them doing that too. I could see them going either way.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd want that team doing.
I mean, I think the main difference between the two. Yeah, I think the main difference between the two is like there seemed to be like a vocal audience for Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky, which were like, oh, I want to see this game succeed. I want this game to be the game that I want it to be. With Redfall, I don't think that really anyone, and I apologize to the developer, but like it just doesn't seem like there was an audience for the game. It came out, some people played it, some people had, you know, a modest amount of enjoyment out of it, but didn't really clamor for there to be more content or, you know, higher FPS, which to their credit, they did promise we're going to get the 60 frames. They did it perfect. They made do on that promise. But beyond that, I mean, is anyone really kind of out there being like, yeah, I want more Redfall? I don't think that there's as much like fervor behind it as like Cyberpunk, you know?
Yeah.
Do they? I think they still have like DLC like to it's basically if you bought like the premium pack of it, I think they still have that to complete as well. I don't know what's
for
left.
Redfall.
I believe so. They still have like first edition stuff to release or something, or like thing is with Cyberpunk, they came out with a timeline as well. This was like, yeah, we'll fix it when we can, and then like there's no timeline. We'll tell you when it's done.
Cyberpunk.
That is
like it was good marketing.
It was great marketing.
So I think
marketing.
Maybe I think it's just a PR problem for Redfall at this point. So maybe if they like re-strategize, kind of like rebrand or reframe it and make like a big splash, something could happen.
Yeah,
sure. But like it needs to be on people's minds, and like obviously right now it's hard enough getting your game just like in front of people because there's too many games coming out. But if they maybe with the DLC something could happen.
Yeah,
I would be dumping my resources into Halo before I'd be a Netflix show. I'd be dumping my resources into Halo as a service game before Redfall, to be honest. But
yeah,
I mean different.
Listen, I like the Dishonored 3. Like that would be great. I love Dishonored.
See, I'd rather the team be working on that. Like, I'd get them over there as quick as possible.
Or is it because it was Arcane Austin that made Redfall, right? So, and they were the ones behind Prey. Prey 2.
Yeah. I'd do another Prey. Anything like that would be, I think, better resources and time spent than trying to make something work that's just, came out, did what it did, and can kind of retool and grow from that experience and do something else.
But it had an interesting concept, just needed more time to cook in the oven.
It didn't do what it was supposed to do, though. So
it wasn't giving.
It wasn't giving anything. I'm sorry to say. It wasn't giving anything. I mean, I was fun playing with friends.
I'm sad and upset that I understand that reference. I'm too old for this shit. I'm almost 40, damn it. I've been on TikTok way too long.
Yeah. So anyway, at least they got it there. I'm kind of curious. I might want to check it out just for be like, all right, I see the improvements and everything, but I think it's time to move on to the next thing. So, but good on you, Arcade. For
I think it's a question of, does it make it a good game or does it make it a less bad game?
Yeah.
And I think it's probably a less bad game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good game.
The benefit of it is that it lives on Game Pass forever now. So
it does. As long as they keep the servers up, I guess.
That's true. They keep the servers up, yeah.
It's not going to be another WWE 2K22 situation. I don't know if you guys saw that when they shut down the online over a year now. They're like how is that not legal? I don't understand.
I don't know either. It doesn't
Call
make
of
any. It
Duty
doesn't make any
old
sense.
games on the
Everyone-
Wii is still
Because
going
that's also all of anyone's like custom creations for
all
WWE.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be all gone because the service support's like after a year. After a year, like I can understand. Okay, if you had like one game that you just kind of like keep updating the roster and keep improving. So instead of like having to buy an individual WWE game, but that's not how EA works. And like I could see them like anyway, forget them.
That's 2K,
That's
right?
2K.
Who
It's
does the
2K. Yeah.
WWE?
WWE.
That's-
Yeah.
Oh, it is 2K. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That strikes me as like maybe it's a licensing thing.
Just to play online.
Just the immediacy of it is kind of odd.
But they're older ones. The online they're still working. This one
It's just the one game?
It's just 22.
It's just 2022. Yeah.
Because I know they've yanked some of the WWE games like off of the storefront recently, so you can't buy them anymore, which is usually a licensing thing.
I think
22?
WWE 19 on the Switch, which is the worst one. I think
I don't think you can. They delisted it.
I'm gonna look this up right now.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
21 that was canceled.
Because you got to
and it was
remember
2020
too,
that was like the bad one, right? I think.
Yeah, and you got to remember too, like there's so many rights in these WWE games. Like some of the wrestlers from the year prior are now in a different company, and now you can't obtain the rights or keep providing content for certain things there.
Okay, they have according to an article on Game Rant back in June of 22. They said WWE 2K19 and 20 or 2K20 they were going to shut down their servers at that point, and that was like a year after, basically, I guess.
Okay.
So it just, I guess it's just
Standard
par for the course for
practice.
them, standard practice. Yeah.
Oh, it's Battlegrounds to have. So yeah, 2K19
You can still
gone.
get Battlegrounds, yeah. Which is I don't know what. I think it's different licensing for these annual games, which leads to
But
these
a
things
year?
versus.
That's
But it's like,
wild.
why
No, I
do you have
get
to
it,
keep
I get
renewing
it.
the license though? Because it's WWE. Like, okay, I get rosters update like it change all the time. If if superstars are let go or
I think that would
move
be a
to
big
AEW.
one because you have to. There's not like a talent pool, right? Like all of the wrestlers are contractors.
Yeah.
You have to get individual permissions on contracts that expire and stuff like that. So once it's over, it's like, well, you can't put.
Maybe it's like maybe that's part of the superstars contract. Like if they get let go, then they
whatever that one is for
then they
whatever
gain back their
modality.
likeness rights or something.
Yeah,
Because
one-
it sounds like the annual the concept or the premise of this, because it is an annual video game, it would be a different contract than what's present for the Battlegrounds, which
But
is
then-
like a one-off.
Yeah.
Because this one, the 23 one, had superstars that were fired on there, and then who eventually came back, and then sadly some of
because
them
like
fired again.
when that game, well, when that game was in development, it would have captured that moment
It
in
would
time
capture
when
that
the
mo- yeah.
contracts were signed, and then
Yes. Yeah.
and then it restarts when some of the contracts expire.
Because when did Cody Rhodes move to from AEW to WWE?
Not the latest WrestleMania, but the WrestleMania before.
So
Yes.
22.
38? Because 40
Yeah, so that was so last year's.
And he fought Roman Reigns at 39.
Yeah,
They're in 39. So
and that was
so
this
not
year.
20.
Yeah.
And that was this year, so 2022. So he did okay. So that he wouldn't have been in 2K22.
Yeah, he wasn't in that, but he was in this one.
But then they
He was in
announced
this one,
it
okay.
like right away. They're like, okay, 23 is coming up,
He's in it, yeah.
and he's in
Yeah,
it. Trust
Cody
me, he's
Rhodes
in
is
it
in it,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
I mean,
so-
we could say the same thing about we could be talking about like any of the EA sports franchises and like of the people that that switch between different teams and or get like free agents or whatever. So I don't know. I guess it's a bummer.
Yeah, I think what rubbed people the wrong way is they're like, we're shutting down the servers. Go buy 2K23, and people are like, wait, what? Like
It's 2K. You own Rockstar for crying out loud.
Like,
You say you got run out of servers?
we're shutting this down. Yeah, if you want online,
Does
get
GTA
our
need
latest
more?
game. Yeah, get our latest game if you want to play online. But we're shutting this one down after a year. I think that's what rubbed people the wrong way. They're like, buy this one.
I get it.
This one's gone.
Yeah.
So,
It sucks. It sucks when a game like you purchased a game and you have to it's just kind of it's almost taken away from you, right? Like
Yeah.
it is kind of a bummer. So I get
Especially
it.
that you see Call of Duty, like original Modern Warfare is still being played up to
Yeah,
now.
you can still play.
You can still play it now.
These sports games, man, they're like leaning towers. Like it's like you have multiple people that you have to like contract and do everything through. So it's just like it's a bit of a mess to navigate. I feel that's got to be one of the toughest jobs in the industry, trying to navigate all those rights issues.
Yep. Well, it's gonna be interesting with the sports games because if Disney buys EA, do you think sports games will be gone or?
No, they make EA too much money,
right?
Yeah.
No.
They also, that's right. Yeah, Disney does own ESPN. Yeah, so
that's an easy tie-in.
You're right. Well, Disney has some. Their bosses are urging to buy a company like EA or a company like EA. EA already has. They already have a relationship with Disney in the past with the Star Wars games
but they almost ruined it.
Yeah, they almost ruined it too. Yeah.
That was a close one.
It was a very close one and everything. But like, also, what does this mean for like stuff like Spider-Man games? Would that just be like, all right, Insomniac, you can't do Spider-Man games anymore. EA's gonna be doing it.
I think Sony's in a position where they own the film rights for Spider-Man, so I think Disney kind of has to play nice with them.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think Marvel Studios, like the Marvel Game Studios, is different under Sony. That's a. I think Sony would definitely because they also own Spider-Man technically, so they can still do those games. But yeah, it's definitely going to be some weird legal issues, that's for sure. Like who's going to own what
or
after
the
that.
Indiana Jones game that's being developed by Bethesda.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because with the Lucasfilm. Yeah.
So do you guys see a world of Disney owning EA? The fact that EA is even considered for being bought blows my mind.
I mean, they were looking. They're looking to be bought out in 2022, and they went to like Apple, they went to Amazon, and Disney was one of the people
EA
too.
almost merged with, was it NBC Universal?
I think so.
They almost merged a year ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think EA's definitely a different company than it was a couple years ago when they were looking to be acquired. But I think this is kind of like one of those like Phil Spencer wanting to buy Nintendo situations. It's sort of like Disney's like exploring who could we get, and EA just happens to be the thing that got leaked as far as like one of the potential offerings. Like I could see them if they wanted to. Like I could see Disney buying Ubisoft. I could see Disney buying 2K if they wanted to. Like I don't know. Like Disney has the money to buy whatever sort of large third party independent AAA studio they want. It just so happens that to be the talk about this week it could be EA.
Yeah.
Would I like it to happen? I don't know. I think EA kind of screwed that up a couple years ago with that exclusivity 10-year contract deal, but they brought it back, or at least brought back at least
lasted 10 years after some of the issues, right? I think. I think games out of it or something like that.
Yeah, because that was around that time when they started to I think that's when they announced that Spider-Man was going to be going to PlayStation or whatever, Insomniac kind of thing. So
yeah, that was a Star Wars deal, and then there was a bunch of Star Wars games being made all of a sudden after that, so something happened. But
this article is pretty wild because they're like Bob Iger, he's looking to buy companies such as Deluxe Paint and Shaq Fu publisher Electronic Arts. Why would you pick Shaq Fu out of all the games? They've done so many games, but Shaq Fu's the one that game. We need to get this. Game. We have to get Electronic Arts. They did Shaq Fu.
You don't understand. It's the Shaq Fu developers.
Yeah, it's Shaq, man.
And that's
Shaq
not knock against the developers. It's just like a funny thing to be considering as a top priority.
So many games, but Shaq Fu's like right there, guys, top of the line. We got to get them. That's the
writer of the article loves Shaq Fu.
Yeah, he's a
diehard stan of the game, and he
was looking for that.
My chance to give them some dues.
Exactly.
Just waiting for his excuse.
Because I saw he also penned an op-ed that said Nintendo should buy the Shaq Fu developers. So maybe maybe
all those Shaq Fu articles that he's presented to this chief and editor, they're like, please stop writing about Shaq Fu. Write about something else.
Nobody cares about Shaq Fu. It's like the world cares about Shaq Fu.
This is his way
to know.
I didn't even know Electronic Arts even did that one for the Genesis.
I think that was actually the first AAA game that went digital. I think that was the first AAA.
That was probably the first one. Yeah.
They didn't do the new one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They didn't do the new one.
Oh yeah.
The new one was Saber Interactive, and the new one is very, very interesting. That's for sure. So
Is it Shaq Poo?
No, no.
Sam, no.
No.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. Like, so with Jedi, Star Wars, and like who? Like, I guess I don't know, I can't see them doing a Marvel game though. Like, did they ever do a Marvel game in the past?
EA is doing two
Yeah,
Marvel games
they
right
are.
now,
Two Marvel, yeah.
They're doing Black Panther.
and
Yep.
Iron Man, I think.
Oh yeah.
right?
I'll wait to see it to believe it. To be honest.
Black Panther, actually, I'm looking forward to. Like seeing the people that like on Twitter that I've seen like they've been hired on by the team. It seems like
Black
they're doing.
Panther. There's
Yeah.
Black Panther, and then there's a Captain America and Black Panther, and then there's Iron Man. Are they already doing 3 projects with EA?
Wait, that's so the Captain America Black Panther. That's
No,
the Amy
dude.
Hennig game. Is that EA?
I feel like
I don't think that's EA though.
Who is it?
No, that's Skybound, isn't it?
Who's
No,
Amy Hennig? Like who? Amy Hennig Studio? Because I know that that's her game.
I could have sworn it was Skybound, or they're publishing it in some way. I can't remember.
Skydance Media. Yeah, that's not EA.
Skydance.
So that's the
and Marvel
Captain America
Entertainment
Black
announced
Panther
a
one.
multi-title collaboration to make action adventure games. First is Iron Man by Motive.
Yeah. And
So Cliffhanger's definitely Black Panther.
Yeah.
And that's EA. And then they did, I think, Iron Man.
And then a Skydance Untitled Marvel game featuring Black Panther as one of 4 playable protagonists. 4.
And it's made by Motive, which which is an EA. Yeah, so it's the Iron Man and Black Panther. Those are.
But have they done
Yeah.
one in the past? I can't.
No,
I
I
don't
don't think so.
think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because Avengers was Square Enix and Crystal.
I don't think they did any, to be honest.
Maybe some licensed stuff in the past,
Yeah, I
if
can't-
anything.
Yeah.
Let me take
Where's your portfolio, Electronic Arts? What the hell?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, apparently.
I was wondering if they
There you
did that
go.
Ultimate
There's
Alliance
the
one.
tie-in.
Did they? And they didn't do the third one though, right?
No, I don't think so. But there is apparently a press release back in October of last year that says EA and Marvel Entertainment announced a multi-title collaboration to make action adventure games, and that's when they announced the Iron Man game.
Yeah.
And I think that's the
Motive is a
only one.
great studio for that too. That could
Yes.
actually be really good.
Team Ninja
Yeah.
did the third Alliance game. I had no idea. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did. Yeah, and it was published exclusively by Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm right. It was. Let's go Nintendo.
Yeah, so I guess that's why they would be leaning EA, but I also think that investors wouldn't be being like, you should buy EA if EA wasn't like, hey, maybe someone should buy us, behind
Yeah.
the scenes. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that that's something being considered. I don't know who would pick up EA, but if NBC Universal came close, I would assume Apple would be in the market. I would assume Amazon might be in the market. Meta might be in the market.
Sure. I think it just depends on kind of like where EA sort of sits in that, like, are they still willing to be acquired, or are they kind of like turning it around and focusing on their titles and just investing in their partnerships with like Marvel. Or the Marvel deal could have been sort of the first step in that potential acquisition. We don't know. It's a wait and see.
I just never thought I'll see the day of EA being acquired, to be honest. So, or looking to be acquired.
Nah, I feel that.
We live in
Yeah.
wacky days.
I feel like we're going to
Like
see
with
quite a few big acquisitions in the next few years.
Picking
It's
the
gonna
wrong
be
You know
time-
what? You know
the
what save
wrong
EA?
timeline.
You know, save EA. Bring back EA big. I mean, come on.
Bring back
EA
Def
big,
Jam.
Yeah.
You know,
Bring back Dev Jam. Yeah.
I want NHL hits. Give me that.
NHL hits. I
Right?
want NFL Street. Like that's
yeah.
like
Give me that.
SSX. I want that to come back.
SSX. Yeah.
I want Tricky. I don't want the third SSX.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
SSX Tricky. That's got to be
That
the one.
has
Yeah.
to be the one to come back. Like everything else.
You know what? Just like they've already got like the EA Originals brand. Just kind of bring back the EA big brand.
Exactly.
I support it.
Exactly.
Well, they just broke up into 2 categories, right? They have sports and then they have
Yeah, sports is its own division now. Which I was surprised that actually it wasn't before.
It's odd to break the company in half like that to me,
Yeah.
unless you have like a bigger plan.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on how many like projects they have on the go on outside of the sports side.
Yeah, because maybe Disney could acquire the half that's not sports.
Oh, interesting.
That's true.
Or maybe they're looking at just the sports
Marvel games. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the
So
sports
many
used
sport
to
games.
the sports used to be branded. I don't remember NHL. They had like NBC branded commentary and like the logos and everything in it. So maybe that could, I don't know, maybe that could time with.
Oh, you mean like actually bringing in like ESPN commentators to do like the broadcast?
Yeah, they used to do that to act like it was like, I think they even had one with ESPN they were testing out as well with the.
Well, I mean, technically they do that with Madden. I mean, Madden was the commentator for years.
Yeah, so bring back your games to PC as well. Like, where's NHL on PC? I don't get it. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, good point. Didn't they try? But then it kind of like they didn't do so well.
They had it like every year. Like my first experience with NHL was on PC.
Yeah,
So
I do, because I
when it first
remember
came
buying
out.
the box set, like the boxes of for PC of those.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see if Mickey Mouse gets his hands on EA. So
I just read like in their press release that like Disney has like over 8,000 characters over the span of media from 80 years. Fuck, that's a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Does
lot.
that include all the acquired characters?
Yeah.
Or is it okay?
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
That's crazy.
wild times. Well, Sammy, what you got going on for this week?
This week I'm
Mirage
gonna
time?
stream it. I might take like a little break just to do a little co-op stream with my husband, and then
Alright.
after that, definitely jumping into Mirage. And I'm excited that it's only 20 hours. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Steve, how about yourself? Steve, Sailor.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. That's you.
Oh, I thought you said V. Sailor. Yeah, make sure to check out
Just
my
absolutely defeated. Eh?
Yeah,
He's
he's
like,
like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
I'm
it's like, no, it's
you
fine,
don't
it's fine,
apologize
it's
for
fine.
being you. It's you. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It's fine. I swear it's fine.
Oh no.
Yeah. So no, actually, as of this episode airs, I have a video that is up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@SteveSailor, where I got to try out the brand new PlayStation Access controller. That was secretly the reason why I was out in San Francisco 2 weeks ago.
Now we know the truth. We found
Yeah,
out.
well, I mean, I was also out there for fun too, because I did extend my trip to to hang out with some friends. So that was also true. I just didn't tell the whole truth. Yeah, so PlayStation Canada flew me out there to check it out, and I've got a video talking all about it, and everything you need to know kind of about the Access controller before it comes out in December.
Yeah.
So
that video comes out at 9
Interesting.
a.m. or
yes.
okay. So the video came out a couple hours ago.
It'll be
So,
before,
yeah.
it'll already be out by the time this episode airs, for sure.
There you go. So go check out Steve's page, YouTube channel for that to see what his thoughts are on all of that.
And then after that, we got TwitchCon. So that's
I can't believe it like already. So
I know,
We'll
right?
find out we're gonna be catapulting food in other people's faces this year. So
yeah. We'll see.
we'll see. We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Steve V, how about you, my man? What you got going on this week? More tattoos coming?
No tattoos, just planning a bunch of Spider-Man 2 content, which is going to be coming out next week. Can't wait. But then also, as I showed, I've got a lot of Legos to build apparently over this weekend, so that will keep me very busy.
Hell yeah. When is
But yeah, just
when does Spider-Man lift?
Monday at I don't know the time.
Monday. Monday's gonna be
A
Monday
another
for sure.
Monday's gonna be a
Sometime
busy
Monday.
day.
Sometime on the 16th.
Yeah.
There
Steve
you go.
Monday.
Steve
There you
Monday
go.
would know, yeah.
Steve Monday would know, that's for sure. Riley, how about yourself?
A lot on the go. I feel like there have been a few announcements recently, so I'm going to be working to try to get some product up. And outside of that, looking forward to the embargo lifting as well for Spider-Man, which is I've been playing and is all I could say. I was about to say more. I was like, shut up, Riley. Shut up. Yeah.
Stop talking, Riley. Stop talking. Awesome. For me, I'm just trying to catch up on a lot of games here. I still have to finish Cyberpunk and Mirage as well, but I also wanted to dive into the Steam Next Fest games as well. There's a lot of cool games coming out, especially from Canadian developers as well. If you're a Canadian developer, let us know. Reach out to us so we can add you. We're making like articles, or we're just adding up all like the developers on there who's showcasing their game. Just want to showcase some Canadian talent and everything. So definitely reach out for that. And then besides that, just getting ready for TwitchCon. I had to make sure things are prepared. Take care of the silly cat of mine that's running around the place right now, and make sure I have things prepped for her. And then see Steve in action with some food action. So
Yeah.
so that's pretty that's pretty much it. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, everyone.
Come on.
Bye.
Bye.